December 2022 is coming up fast, and there are for sure some interesting titles that are landing for us to play. Hi folks, it's Falcon, and today on gameranx, the top 10 new games worth your interest in December 2022. Starting off at number 10, it is Choo-Choo Charles. Choo-Choo Charles bills itself as an open-world survival horror train simulation game. So hey, you ever thought, oh, what would it be like if a spider train was chasing me? I don't know. Maybe that's not something you really thought of, but it's something that you can experience. Choo-Choo Charles has been like a huge indie news item for a while now. Basically, you're on an open world island that's inhabited by a spider train. The spider train's spooky looking, and you gotta avoid him until you can fight him. Now, you might think that this has something to do with Stephen King's Choo-Choo Charlie book, which was originally a Dark Tower in-world book that a character bought and served as foreshadowing for something that happened later. And I guess in some ways, Choo-Choo Charles is inspired by it, but there's no spider train in that book. Just a vaguely creepy train that doesn't actually do anything evil in the course of the in-world book. This is a spider train that is hunting you. I mean, there's some simulation elements. You have to upgrade the train, you have to get weapons and all that, but it's a spider train hunting you on an open world island. Like, there's really not a lot else to say. I'm in. Choo-Choo Charles lands on PC on December 9th. At number 9 is Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion. Can I just say how excited I am for this game to have a remake? This is a game I loved when it came out on PSP. And it was also a game that I just thought, wow, it really sucks that this is on PSP. This is a remaster, and I am really excited to go through it, partially because the nature of the remaster. They've done a lot with like 3D models, with environments, with the music. They've added voice acting, but at the same time, it also kind of retains that arcadey feel, even in the graphics, and that's something I really like about it. This was a game that really did have a lot of arcade roots, and I'm very, very excited to play this game again on a big screen with nice graphics, with better music, with fully voiced everything. It's just exactly what I would have asked for with this. And it's coming to PC, the PlayStations, the Xboxes, and Switch on December 13th. At number 8 is The Witcher 3 Next Generation Update, an enhanced port with dozens of graphical and technical enhancements, integrated mods, and new content. I mean, hell yes, absolutely, of course. Now, if you have The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt on PS4 or Xbox One, you'll be able to upgrade to the new technical stuff free. It'll be available as a patch for anybody playing the game on PS5, Xbox Series X, or PC, which is absolutely fantastic. I am really excited to see this game looking better. This game still looks good after all these years, and it's easily one of the best open world RPGs of all time. I am so excited to sit down and do another playthrough of this because, in all seriousness, it's one of the defining RPGs of all time. It's just so good. The Witcher 3 update is landing on PS5 and Xbox Series as well as PC on December 14th. At number 7 is Knights of Honor 2 Sovereign, a grand strategy game in which you become the king and try to conquer Europe in a medieval RTS. Now, see, what's fun about this is it's not just like, hey, you've got lots of units on a map and you manipulate them. There's also, you're a king, you have a court, you have to choose them carefully and do strategy with the sort of inner political workings of it. So you've got city development, you've got diplomacy, politics, religion, and the thing that they're boasting is that they'll have all of this stuff in a way that doesn't suck, but is also accessible. Now, I don't know exactly what that means because I obviously haven't played the game, but I like the idea that they're trying to do all of that and keep it at a level that people will like, while also making it not confusing for people who are maybe just coming to the game. It's also got multiplayer, conquer with your friends or against them. In all truth, it really looks like a good game. Knights of Honor 2 Sovereign is landing on the PC on December 6th. At number 6 is Samurai Maiden, a action sort of hack and slash looking game that takes a let's just say it, cheesy setup and actually looks like a fairly impressive hack and slash action game. in part just because they've really done an incredible job with some cell shaded graphics here. We've all kind of marveled at how good cartoon cell shading can be done nowadays in 3D, but this one struck me as particularly good. Now, the plot's an anime schoolgirl went back in time to samurai times, and as it turns out, there's lots of monsters and stuff to attack. It's a blatantly silly looking game, but one that looks like it really puts together all of the mechanical elements and visual elements pretty well. I don't know that it's going to be revolutionary or anything, but as far as the kind of game it is, it looks well above average. Maybe even just simply a good hack and slash altogether. Samurai Maiden is landing on the PlayStations, Nintendo Switch, and PC on December 8th. At number 5 is The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Chapter 2 Retribution, a VR FPS survival horror game, and the sequel to what is considered a pretty darn good one. A lot of people have regarded this as one of the better VR games, period. Not just FPSs, but just a really good example of a physics-based VR experience that adopts a lot more traditional gameplay mechanics and feels like a complete thing. Chapter 2, as its name implies, continues the story of the first, and you'll be able to use new weapons and items like a sawed-off shotgun and I think this is going to be the best part for the VR elements of the game, a chainsaw. The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Chapter 2 Retribution will be landing on the PlayStation VR platforms as well as the Meta Quest 2 on December 1st. And number 4 is High on Life, a first-person shooter that is by Squanch Games, the Justin Roiland of Rick and Morty fame video game company. It is a game that has a lot of talking guns in it. Now, I'm going to say right off that I enjoy Justin Roiland's humor, and I do think that this is going to be funny, and from all accounts, everything I can find on it makes it sound like it actually is a good first-person shooter in terms of function. I'm not saying that this is definitely going to be what happens with this game, but the thing that I'm just slightly worried about is that it's going to be repetitive in terms of comedy. That's my worry. I'm worried that even if it is a good first-person shooter, certain lines repeating themselves or guns never shutting up at specific times. I don't know. There's an element of me that is worried about that. That being said, if it manages to not do that, this is gonna be fantastic. So I'm looking forward to it. If it doesn't work out, fine. But if it does, maybe we'll see more comedy in games. That would be great. I love funny games. There's not enough of it. High on Life is coming to the Xboxes and Microsoft Windows December 13th. At number 3 is Marvel's Midnight Suns, a tactical RPG from Firaxis, which, relative to Midnight Suns, are the absolutely fantastic developers of the XCOM games. This is basically XCOM with mutants from the Marvel Universe. And I think even for people who may not care so much about Marvel or comic books, this looks like the game that would make that stuff work for you. Because seriously, is there another kind of universe more perfectly suited for the XCOM style of gameplay outside of XCOM? I don't think so. Midnight Suns having a bunch of different mutants with different powers, doing the same kind of turn-based XCOM combat, that's exactly the thing that you need to say to get me in the door. This looks great. This game looks good enough, and knowing what it is interesting enough for me to buy it without really knowing a lot about it. There's not a lot of games that can do that anymore. Granted, I have kept up with it, and I am aware of what it is and how it works, making me more excited for it. Marvel's Midnight Suns is landing on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC on December 2nd. Gonna be one that I cannot miss this month. At number 2 is Need for Speed Unbound, a new direction, at very least visually, for the 25th installment of the Need for Speed series. Like I said, this game looks pretty significantly different from previous games, particularly in character models, because we see cell shading, and they're using the aesthetic of graffiti art, kind of taking a departure from the more realistic style, at least, of other Need for Speed games. In some ways, I almost want to call it Jet Set Need for Speed, because it does in some ways remind me of Jet Set Radio. Obviously, it's a lot more detailed, but Unbound plops you into an open world based on Chicago called Lakeshore City. Now, visually, it's a departure, but it looks like it's retaining a lot of really good elements from previous Need for Speed games. The heat system from Need for Speed Heat is coming back. You got a lot of customization, body kits, etc., etc. Stuff that's really very Need for Speed. I'm excited for it. I love this series, and I hope that it's a big return to form and grab at the former glory of Need for Speed, because it's been a while. Unbound's landing on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series on December 2nd. And finally, at number 1, and this is one that I'm just really excited for, is the Callisto Protocol, which is, it's Dead Space. It's different from Dead Space in a lot of ways. You're in a facility on the Callisto moon, and there's an alien invasion, and it's very Dead Space-like. Everything you look at with footage, it's Dead Space-like. Why? Because it was made by the Dead Space creator. If you want to play a new Dead Space game that's more like Dead Space than Dead Space 3, Callisto Protocol is where to go. Although there are some new things in it, I don't think you're going to be saying to yourself, wow, this is nothing like Dead Space. And that's great. That's exactly what I want from the creator of Dead Space. He knows what happened. He knows what we want. The Callisto Protocol is landing on PC, the PlayStations, the Xboxes, and it's landing on December 2nd. A quick bonus for you, there's also Hello Neighbor 2, which improves on the dynamics of the original game by making it so that the neighbor actually learns from you and continually becomes more adapted to the player and their playstyle. Hello Neighbor 2 lands on the PlayStations, the Xboxes, and PC December 6th. That's all for today. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. If you like this video, click like. If you're not subscribed, now's a great time to do so. We upload brand new videos every day of the week. Best way to see them first is, of course, a subscription. So click subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications. And as always, we thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Falcon. You can follow me on Twitter at Falcon the Hero. We'll see you next time right here on GameRanx.